Hello and welcome to Johnny English. It's been a few weeks since I've done a video, but we start back to school next week, so I thought it was about time I offered something in the way of discussion about expressions we might use to talk about going back to a routine of some kind. Excuse me. So there are a number of things we might say. The thing about idioms is they are very important to English speakers because they express exactly how we feel about given circumstances or situations. So what might we say about going back to school? Well, we could say something like, we are getting back to the old routine. Now, the old routine referring to the routine we had before the holiday. So going back to the old routine, that which is familiar to us, that which we would normally do in a working year. We can also say things like back to the grindstone. That's an interesting one, back to the grindstone. It refers to farming. There's a number of farming terminologies that we use as idioms, and this is one of them, back to the grindstone. It refers to animals being tied to a big stone to make flour and being back at the grindstone. I guess people in the past too would do this, slaves particularly in ancient times, and it means being tethered or tied to a stone whereby you would have to walk around in a circle, or the animals would walk around in a circle and grind the flour. Hard work, tedious work, everyday activity that somebody had to do, and the unfortunates would be the ones that would do it. So back to the grindstone refers to the fact that we're getting back to work. Period of rest is over. And one similar to that is to be back in harness. This refers to animals that are used in farming. When the harnesses that are the leather straps and things that hold them, that hold the equipment to the animal, and of course when they're at rest, the end of the day, or as a day of rest, they wouldn't have the harness, the leather gear and the metals, etc. attached to them. So when they were back in harness, it would indicate that work was about to begin again. So after a holiday, we can say we're back in harness. So after the long summer holiday for the children, next week they're back in harness. Many parents have taken this last week off as holiday too, and they'll all be back in harness next week to begin the old routine of the school run, the after school activities, etc., etc. And one more expression that we might use, and this is quite a common one as well, back to reality. Somehow indicating that all the wonderful things that have been going on, so for example holidays, holiday activities, summer schools for many children, extra activities that they do. So these are not reality, they are somehow like a dream, and it's so wonderful to have this time away from responsibilities, etc. So next week, unfortunately, for parents, for teachers, and for school children, it's back to reality. So thanks for tuning in, and please tune in next time for another video.